Kong Kong swinging around from behind, as is Nobody, who's on a much deeper lurk.
Planted.
Sheriff in hand, needs to do some work. Yes, I can for the moment. Staring down here towards short. Wall goes back up. TP forward.
Here.
Kong Kong hearing this one. He pushes in. Gets the easy headshot. Grabs the Vandal. Seal, however, finding one, but Nobody about to
One enemy
backstab.
remaining.
Now he's got a gun of his own. They're up, pushing forward. Swings out of the smoke. Is not ready for Kong Kong's position. And just like that, EDG now 7-8, 1 round away from tying it up.
The long flanks and the deep lurks from Nobody, they continue to work out in favor of EDG. And right at the end, I give credit to Vera for trying to just swing out of that smoke. I mean, you want to try to minimize it to a 1v1 when you think you have the chance before they group up together. So he tries to catch Kong Kong off guard. It's just unfortunate that Kong Kong's one step ahead of him. Swing out from the cloudburst, and Kong Kong somewhat expects it.
It's been a much stronger run back here so far on this defense. You can see Bai still being scraped together from the side of Fancy United.
Right here.
Bulldog in the mix with a half armor. They want to contest over this shower, it would seem. Haunt not cleared. No one playing deep within it. CO still pushing forward. Swinging right into Smoggy's crosshair. Kill found. Dash at the ready, and Kong Kong gets the Colette! Gets himself a third! Looks for the fourth, can't quite make it happen. Suka will shut him down as Smoggy goes blast packing forward, and then will finish the job. A swift round in dominant fashion as EDG now across the two sides find themselves on their own 6-round win streak.
Yeah, there's that duo. There's the explosive duo of EDG. Crisp headshots from both duelists, the Raze and the Jet. And even if Smoggy didn't get the kill instantly there, good setup, of course, with Haodong just creeping up close right next to the wall. The collapse from Kong Kong, just a cherry on top.
Things starting to get away from Fancy here, you can see. One Phantom in their hands, given over to Vera. Trying to lead the charge, pushing forward here towards Hookah. Fowler as well going through. Puts her way up. Flash going in, spotting two into the back corner, but Nobody kind of splitting the difference of his aim. Unable to find an elimination. Chichu picks off one, softens up their firepower here by taking out the one rifle, and yes I can, trying to find it, but oh, what a 180! Chichu turns around against Suka, and Smoggy will end it all with a double rocket.
How in the world did Chichu get that 180? He's been seized up, can't hear a thing. Sure, gets the early kill, especially with Yes I Can being brought low, but just has the awareness to swing right back around.
Yeah, the haunt reveal for Nobody, but just gorgeous from Chichu. Yeah, just notices, oh, I'm taking damage.
That's all it was, yeah.
I mean, any other weapon for Suka, he probably comes away with that kill, but
sure,
just can't quite get it fast enough, and Chichu just a massive flick of the wrist finds the kill, and now that's going to be a timeout called. This time, Fancy United wanting to just have a moment, take a breather, and figure out exactly what's going wrong here.
Yeah, of course, things a little bit tougher here for Coach Kawa as well, as he is playing in the server, so has to gather all the information all together with his players. Let's see if he can convert this into a win. They haven't been able to crack the code yet, and to me, a big part of it is the breach utility was so good on the defense, but right now it seems like they're always waiting for this opportune moment to do these set plays, and if you get taken out before you approach, then the breach just won't have that chance.
Yeah.
I'd love to see them, yeah, just kind of send it, take some control, wait for the cooldown, and then dive right back into the site.
Let's see if this helps them get back on pace, get back into this game, because EDG now with the lead, starting to run away with it. Not dropping anything so far here on this defending side. They're up here in the hands of Kong Kong. Knives in the backup. Plenty of cash across the board for everybody.
You are 1 point away from the showstopper for Vera, so if they can just find a way to get him that one extra point, should be able to convert it to a potential round win here.
Very heavy push coming through. 4 members
Smoke's
their
down.
way up through Hookah. Prowler lead the way. They're looking for the jump forward. managing to find it. That's the showstopper now online. Nobody staying hit, but now Vera ends up falling. Vulnerable was out. Yes, I can gets dropped. Kawa with a ghost does manage to take down the enemy Sky. The nade from Smoggy. Didn't even see where he had kind of lobbed that one. Comes up with a kill. Kawa now gone. It's just Visio and Suka left.
And look at these positions from EDG. They're just making sure they hold on to backside and elbow, and meanwhile, Kong Kong is ready for that potential rotate. Got their backs covered.
Haodong is low. Taking first contact this close up. And also for Smoggy to kind of be playing directly behind him, this could get dicey. Oh,
30
saw
seconds.
anything, but swings out, and Haodong just a little bit faster with it. Finds the headshot. Suka now all on his lonesome. You can see Kong Kong getting into position to intercept as that teleporter gets used. Perfectly poised, perfectly read. EDG continue.
And once again, this round after the timeout, they creep into hookah, they get spotted, they just cut noise, and they hope that EDG falls for the bait. The breach just holding on to utility. Yes, I mean, Vera is able to dive in and get the entry kill. That helps. You know, off of the fault line, keeping nobody tied up in the middle of the tube. But they just didn't have any other information. They had no backup. They had no information on whether Kong Kong pushed out on the A side or where he might be. So they had to commit to this very risky entry.
And now once again, kicked back a bit. Ghost in the hands of Kawa. So many ults to try to utilize, but it's so very risky. Don't want to dump too much when you're economically weak here. Snakebite comes in to just further delay. Smoggy active, ready with that paint shell once more through the teleporter. Just waiting for the word.
They're going to buy some more time as well. The paint shell's still at the ready. That's not going to come out until they get confirmation. There's someone here. At least this time, Fantasy, though, they're trying to take back some control on other parts of the map.
That paint shell's going to be ready for a very quick pivot over here towards short. Some more attention being paid over towards that side of the map. This Prowler, once it's let loose, should give them a very good idea of where the line share of the team is going to be. Prowler goes in, does get the munch. Smoggy holding it down, managing to find one kill, but now has to try to peel back. Only 15 HP remaining on him. Haodong eliminated. Boombot crashing across the site. Not going to be seeing much of anything here as Kong Kong looks to hold the line, but the shot is a little bit too late. Showstopper in his hand!
Oh!
But Kong Kong gets the shot! Interrupts it, Smoggy still standing. 15 HP, the knife whipping, looking for the shot, swaps over to the short, and somehow this man is still alive.
Stars helping everything right now on the side of Kong Kong. I mean, how does he do it every time? If it's not the op, just absolutely snipes that raise out of the air, gets the shorty kill at medium range.
My shorty doesn't do that damage.
It does not.
No one else's shorty does that kind of damage. Kong Kong's gotten into the net code for how shorties work.
I mean, that range, you see how many of those pellets hit. We could see it on the body of the breach, and man, it is just on point.
And now, the last timeout being used here by Fancy United. So far, nothing that they've tried working against this defender side here from EDG. It has just been absolute dominance this entire way so far.
I feel like a part of this is they're starting to play real scared of that operator, right? I mean, you have the breach, and yet you're not using it to, again, just take some initial space. I mean, it comes off on a cooldown. I would just love to see that utilized a bit more proactively, rather than having to commit to it. You know, just use it, take some space. Now, the problem is they also do not have a traditional Sentinel, so they can't just have someone always dedicated to lurk. You could use the Viper, of course, set up the toxic screen on one side, or maybe even use that to lurk as well. You know, there are some options here, but I get it. It's Kong Kong with an operator, but you have a fault line. You can still at least get some information on where he might be, and then start to dig in on the other side of the map.
Oh, we'll see if that is a part of the game plan here. Try to displace him, try to find that kill. Still these ultimates ready to be used, but they've just been struggling to get into a position to actually be able to utilize them. One off the Rolling Thunder as well.
EDG, they not only want to try to protect this Rolling Thunder, but they're also in position to, just empty the site. They were one step ahead about this potential Nightfall. Now, nobody does get spotted.
Okay, pushing their way through, but the vulnerable is out, and that means that nobody's able to gun down two. Looking for the third, can't quite get it. FNC with nice replies, comes away with 2 kills. In the blink of an eye, it is all down to Suka, forced out into the open. Looking for that second shot on the Kong, cannot get it. EDG. The dominance continues. They find themselves now at map point.
All 8 rounds in the second half going the way of EDG. 10 in a row.
10 rounds.
Yeah. Across both halves. And when things like this happen, you find them stuck there, and they're still able to just fire back. Sure, a little bit of a firepower advantage for the side of EDG, but you can see nobody chuckling, just saying they know they're basically about to close this map out.
It all come down to this. There's the peak. Kong, first kill, instantly found. Vera out of the equation. They're just trying to force him back, but Kong has already made his merry exit. Flash in, nobody on the hunt. Chichu already taking the kill away as the Prowler will hunt and find Smoggy on top of the truck, rather.
Down.
Yeah, but EDG, as long as they just hold on to back sight, they've already got 2 people flanking around.
Be good damage down, perhaps. A little bit shallow, actually. Kawa getting away with nothing taken. Outlaw will be spotted. Smoggy as well, dead.
Oh.
Kong gone. It's Kawa taking things into his own hands. Chichu and nobody rather versus Kawa, and yes I can. Both of them contain here over onto the side. The swing comes in, nobody already taking out one. Can't quite stabilize the spray. Yes I can. Will finally be the one to break this win streak and keep FNC United alive on Bind.
And a great seize coming out from Kawa. You know, they had already seen, of course, the double members swinging out long from B main. And once they find one of them, they know they've got to be together. Use the seize, make sure you get that DK debuff, have that advantageous duel, and eventually leads to that 1v1 for Yes I Can.
Very nicely done. A chance at a run back here, but the coffers are very full from the side of EDG, so there's no softening of their economic situation. Pit going to be invested over at B. Jump forward, Vera. Giving Smoggy the Wisey treatment as How Long playing so far forward. Finds the kill, but cannot exit even with the stim beacon. The peek in from Kong, only going to be good for 1. Now a 2v3 with a Rolling Thunder and a Pit for the post plant.
Yeah, EDG, I mean, sure, nobody's got a judge. Send him in to try to collect some ult points, I guess, but...
Suka finds the first. Kawa gets the second. 10-12. And the ult's not expended. Now 3 of them online. FNC United absolutely could run this back.
You absolutely have to. You have the Rolling Thunder and the Nightfall. Use at least one of them to enter into the site this round. Depending on the kills you get, you secure it. Then you have minimum the Pit and another one of those ultimates early on. Good entry from Vera. And at that point, I mean, they're aware of the potential long-range battle. They're continuing to stay spread apart, so they're finding these answers to that operator coming out from Kong.
And here, everything in the kitchen sink. Smoggy, one off a showstopper, however, is Vera once again going to go blast packing forward. Aldo nearby. Now the Nightfall comes into play.
Oh no, holding very close.
Yes, he is. The Prowler just around the corner. Vera ready to greet him. So far, bullets going to be exchanged. Trailblazer moving forward. Kong TPing across the map.
Beacon down.
See, draws the attention of FNC a bit here. Looking around from behind, wants to maybe go for the Showers approach. Sees the shoulder of Vera for a brief moment. Doesn't find the shot, but the second one will connect. Sends out the spray. Rolling Thunder now coming through. Howdong somehow able to get Yes I Can before getting dropped by Suka. Chichu up on Headman.
Oh.
Taking him down. Now it's all on Suka, and he cannot stay alive. Some hope, but in the end, it gets completely smothered. EDG close out Bind 13-10.
FNC gave a big run for their money against EDG, but in that last round, the key moment was when nobody, despite getting hit by the Rolling Thunder, feels the pressure because he knows they're starting to run out of time if they have to re-clear everything. So he sends the Guiding Light while stunned through Showers, even though Kong had just come through there. So this heads-up awareness from the EDG sky secures it as they're able to spot Fischio. Kongkong's able to peek right back out, get that kill, and that dwindles the numbers down to 1 for Fancy United.
And the art continues to excel.
Oh, that's so good.
What a run back here from EDG. You know, even with the defender-sided map, the streak that they were able to put up, absolutely monstrous. Definitely got themselves back on the horse for a bit, but remember, this is Bind, this is their map pick. Now we move over to Fancy United's territory of Split to see whether or not this is going to be a 3-mapper as well.
Yeah, and we'll have to continue to keep our eye on the compositions as well. You know, for Fancy United, do they go back to what they showed us against Team Liquid, or do they maybe try to keep Suka on that breach? At the same time, for EDG, do we have any more changes compared to the last couple times they might have showed us that split?
I'll have to just wait for when we get into that moment, but I mean, some great moments throughout, honestly. Fancy United, what a performance from them here in this map, pushing EDG on Bind. Obviously, no easy task. T1 had to, best them in overtime in order to get this map away from them. So being able to pick up the 10 rounds already, huge improvement. Vera continuing to look great, but the level up that we're seeing from Suka in particular, as well as Kawa, with some very nice moments, has been a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, I think the impact that Kawa had, it was much more tangible this time around, even just aside from the kills as well. But Suka and Vera just putting up numbers for this team. Vera continues to showcase that there is talent to be looking forward to from this squad of Fancy United.
Yeah, very much is. And I mean, this is a reason why this squad, yes, with some different faces now, but this squad, this organization has been at the top of the Vietnamese scene throughout the year, because there is so much firepower available in that region and on the squad. So close, no cigar here for the side of Fancy United, but again, maybe moving over into maximum comfort into their map pickup Split. Maybe that will do some good for them. Fortunately, it didn't work out super well versus Team Liquid, but they've had enough time to sit back, study what went wrong, and then try to fix those mistakes.
Yeah, given this bind, I'm kind of hopeful that it will at least be another close map coming out of Fancy United, which I think is a lot more than most of the fans around the world could have hoped for, given the opening performances from both teams. And Kongkong, despite feeling much quieter than we're used to from all of his international appearances, still topping the board with 21 kills, once that operator came online. Of course, had some sick moments with the Blade Storm as well.
Yeah, have the impact there from Kongkong. Some nice first bloods coming through. But it is time for us to go to a break, and when we come back, we'll get into map 2, which is Split, and see whether or not Fancy United can extend this all the way to a 3-map series. Low. Dash used. Kongkong dead. Meaning within the various smokes here on site. Finds one. Finds two. Up top. Kongkong not getting him. Through it. Vera takes Kongkong down out of the sky. Follows it for how long? For a little bit more. Gets himself the third.
EDG just trying to run through it. Here's the man, the showstopper.
Showstopper going to be sent in. Doesn't find the kill with a no scope. Side. Hold. Chichu. Shot starting to fly, but covering fire is good. Chichu still finding Vera. Okay. Showstopper at the ready, up and over the top. Rocket gets sent. Kids have already come through. Can catch Kongkong and will. Now suddenly, with nobody low on HP, if he can get this one right here.
Oh, no.
Ball goes back up. TP forward. Kongkong hearing this one. He pushes in. Gets easy. Kill found. Dash at the ready. And Kongkong gets the collect. Gets himself a third. Their firepower here by taking out the one rifle. And yes, I can. Trying to find it, but oh, what a 180. Chichu is used. Perfectly poised, perfectly read. EDG continues.
나를 부르는 수많은 단어들.
페이커?
불사대마왕 데빌형.
하지만 나를 가장 기쁘게 하는 건
샤냐기야!
팬들과 소통할 때 나는 살아있음을 느낀다.
혹시 나랑 1대1 가능? 피지컬은 나쁘지 않는데 운영이 좀 아쉽네.
선수들과 직접 소통할 수 있는 개인 방송과 구독자 Q&A까지 아프리카TV 팀페이지.
Can feel my heart skip của VTV xem miễn phí và bình luận trực tiếp trên online, nền tảng livestream các giải đấu thể thao điện tử. Cháy từng khoảnh khắc cùng với các streamer. Xem livestream vui hơn, tranh luận kịch tính hơn, thách đố dinh qua khủng. Online, nền tảng livestream tương tác bản quyền. Xem ngay tại online.vn hoặc tải ứng dụng trên App Store và Google Play.
Let's go. This is my resistance. I see the enemies from a distance. Listen, I know it's my name that they mention. They wanna know my intention. Well, I move through pressure and laugh at pain. I'm seeing it clear, we're not the same. Yeah, leaving the mark, remember the name. I'm bringing it back, the city to claim. It's not easy what we achieve. Long road to the top and I'm in the lead. When I tell my story, they believe. What motivates me is the energy. Yeah, heavy is the head on the throne. Climb to the top and I did it on my own. I will not stop, this is my home. Even if I do it all alone, they better know. I think it's about time for a new order. I'm ready for the danger, I'm built for it. I walk through the dark and I push forward. This is my time and I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. This is my time and I'm coming for you. Everything is coming to this moment. Don't pay attention to the fear, you own it. Back to the wall, face your opponent. Ready for the war, winning is a bonus. Yeah, I did it all for the glory. It's my crown, they left it there for me. We can let the smoke settle in the morning. So consider this a warning, yeah. Make sure they hold the line steady. No matter what happens, we're ready. Yeah, even when the pressure gets heavy, I cannot stop, the people won't let me. I think it's about time for a new order. I'm ready for the danger, I'm built for it. I walk through the dark and I push forward. This is my time and I'm coming for you. Yeah, I'm coming for you. This is my time and I'm coming for you. This is my time and I'm coming for you. This is my time and I'm coming for you. This is my time and I'm coming for you.
Off and I rob ya. Gang, gang, I'm through your chest like I'm a monster. Bang, bang at your door and I pop ya. Stick 'em up, boy, I'm a monster. Knock, knock, I'm at your door. Bang, bang, I'm at your door, I'm a monster. Knock, knock, I'm at your door. Bang, bang, I'm at your door, I'm a monster. Nobody move, nobody gets hurt. Do as I say, nobody gets hurt. Lock 'em up, lock 'em up, lock 'em up. Tie 'em up, tie 'em up, tie 'em up. Lock 'em up, lock 'em up, lock 'em up. Tie 'em up, tie 'em up, tie 'em up. Ain't nobody coming for ya. Ain't nobody coming for ya. Lock 'em up, lock 'em up, lock 'em up. Tie 'em up, tie 'em up, tie 'em up. Lock 'em up, lock 'em up, lock 'em up. Tie 'em up, tie 'em up, tie 'em up.
night into the daylight. Telling them all that yesterday's price is not the same price. Eating up wings for breakfast, I can tell you what it tastes like. Wake up and I see red and I still don't got no brake lights. Yeah, feeling super fly. I look in the mirror, see ambition in my eyes. Got more than one formula, they love the way I drive. Yeah, I've been a prize, there's no need to be surprised. Baby, I'm a go-getter, go-getter. Yeah, you better go figure, go figure. Baby, I'm a go-getter, go-getter. Yeah, you better go figure, go figure. Try and get a big stack in my bag. Boy, you know I'm getting to it, it's like that. Try and get a big stack in my bag. Yeah, you know I'm getting to it, it's like that, like that. Hey. Never feeling the pressure, please not at all. I walk in when it's crunch time, leaves in the fall. Woman on me, only hit my name on a roll call. It's like there is no ground beneath my feet, I got no flaws. Still humble, but just don't get it confused. You know who I am, there's no need to introduce. I am one of one, they can't stand it, but it's true. Sicker than the average, ain't no challenge that's immune. Baby, I'm a go-getter, go-getter. Yeah, you better go figure, go figure. Baby, I'm a go-getter, go-getter. Yeah, you better go figure, go figure. Try and get a big stack in my bag. Boy, you know I'm getting to it, it's like that. Try and get a big stack in my bag. Yeah, you know I'm getting to it, it's like that, like that. Big stack, big stack in my bag. It's like that, like big stack in my bag. You know I'm getting to it, like that, like.
Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
And we are Barack. It is time to go into map number 2 here in our second series of the day. EDG. Things were looking dire for them at the beginning, a bind, but as we got towards the end of the first half and then the start of the second half, it was nothing but EDG.
Yeah, I mean, what, the 8 rounds in a row in the second half, 10 if you count the ending of the first half as well. EDG just needing a little bit of time to get warmed up here on the stage. They're able to fire right back. We'll jump right into the agent select here on Split. We gotta imagine Fancy probably keeping things the same. And it does look to be that way. And EDG going with their tried and true combo. Of course, they do like to put that Kong Kong on the raise here on Split with Smoggy back on the jet.
So everyone just sticking to what we have seen from them in the past. EDG most recently playing Split versus Rare Adam in that 3-0 series that they had. It's about a 13-9 scoreline. We'll see how they fare though versus a very lively, very much improved Fancy United here today.
Yeah, and Fancy United, I mean, on that bind, once again, it was a defense where they were able to really shine. The prep coming through, understanding EDG's tendencies, understanding that competition's weaknesses on the attack. We'll see if they could do any extra prep here. I mean, you mentioned it, EDG, it hasn't been long since they played a Split last in that final against Rare Adam. So, again, a lot of resources for Fancy United to pick up from.
This should be maximum comfort here for Fancy United. Already pushed EDG out of their comfort zone. They were able to rally back, get themselves right back into that first map. Let's see how they fare though. Going into this split, it's do or die for Fancy United. Need to win this map to keep themselves in the AVL. Otherwise, EDG will move on to play against Team Liquid next.
Needing to have quite a few fans here cheering on for EDG, hoping to see more of them, not just tonight, but throughout the weekend, of course. Now, taking a closer look at the compositions, of course. Again, nothing new from either side, but just to mention, the Breach continues to be a strong suit of the Fancy United composition. Able to have a lot of delay power, able to set up a lot of these trap plays, especially on Split, on defense. And then you add in the Cypher to boot. Fancy United, they have their choice of location.
All right, well, here's the slow creep up. Smoke dissipating, but still grabbing the orb. Camera, a little bit either from Smoggy. Eventually gets it. And they should know, after confirming Cypher presence over here, that there is likely going to be that one-way setup on the garage exit. So we'll drift away from it for now.
Yeah, but not hearing any, far out trap wires, so EDG being content with the fact that they've already put in pressure that at least the Cypher most likely being tied to that B site.
Trap wires, if they can make it there, yep, they will confirm the presence of one in mid. And everybody else getting gathered up here towards A, but fast rotate's already beginning. Paranoia a little bit early though from Yes I Can.
Yeah, not going to find too much value, and Kong Kong going a little too far.
Yeah, went diving in past Vicio, who does manage to find the kill, but held on quick on that reply. So does manage to make that a 1-for-1 so far. Push down the ramp, nobody lurking outside of A main. So now it's a full swing around into the back as the cam will be destroyed.
Yeah,
spotted, here comes nobody.
The real nobody comes from the backside.
And the Jaws music was queued up there. Vera swinging onto the corner, managing to find that kill to out on with Frenzy at decent range. Chichu and nobody, however, having this little bit of a split, will be able to take him down, so it's going to be a third pistol round over to EDG in the series.
Still no pistols to be found from Fancy United. I mean, you gotta imagine on the bind, if they had one of the pistols, things could have been a little different. Of course, nice catch there for Fischio, but just too many members, and it will never not make me smile to see nobody just always on the opposite side of the map on this sky. But hey, it finds value.
That certainly does. 3 kills for him to try to fast track those Seekers, which on this map in particular, I mean, it's always a good ultimate, but trying to really locate your opponents here can be huge for him.
Wow. All rifles here on Split on the attack for EDG.
The 2 Bulldogs and the Guardian there alongside the Phantoms. And already it seems like Fancy with that initial push out saying, okay, yep, we've gambled a little bit wrong. Let's sprint over towards the A site, which has been taken. Smoggy just leading the way, making sure that all is clear. Looks like Kong Kong Chichu just going to be setting up this crossfire over at ramp. Stun does come through. Bouncing across, waiting for the rest of the players to come in. Fischio again going to be good for one. Kong melting through 3. Gets the elimination. Tries to grab the weapon. Has done so far. As how long? Not quite there.
One enemy remaining.
With Christmas on the Guardian shots, but Small get range with the Phantom. Will find the head of Suka.
I was about to say Fantasy United, there's a world where he could have actually just tried to chase down Haldong, do some more economic damage at the very least after they picked up the rifles, but not able to do so. As we do see Fischio now just the last man alive. He did pick up a Phantom, so if he can keep that alive, it's not a bad ending here for Fantasy United on this eco.
Just checking back behind, wary of where nobody could be.
Yeah, I mean, always floating.
Comes crawling back up, but not going to be able to spot too much, so can just retreat. We'll hold.
Okay, so he just ditches the Phantom and chooses to go for the death here.
Okay. Get the little bit of boost there. Keep the economy aligned with the rest of the team. I think it's fine either way.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make a big difference. I was trying to do the math in my head, which with these many hours already into the broadcast, it's not running as fast as I would like, but it's really not a big difference there at the end of the day. But Fischio just choosing to ditch that one. Did get the Vandal, so perhaps it was also just a matter of if it does make a difference, I'd like to prefer the Vandal here on this split defense. Camera not quite taken out just yet. Consistently being just a tad lower than where they're pinging out.
Just trying to see if they can get any sort of peek, any sort of information.
Really patient from Suka though, right? He doesn't activate the camera because if it hasn't been broken, he doesn't think that they're going to push too far in. Just has that faith for the patience.
Comes the rotate around. Chichu for now, she's been sat still. So nobody wants to continue to lurk. Quick glance behind. Dog goes out, goes right under the trap wire this time around, but jumps back into it. So once again, confirms its presence.
Yeah, and that Trailblazer constantly being used just for information, just to keep people tied up in mid. Ooh!
Yeah, bite down, but the spray from Fischio able to find a kill. Continued spraying, might have been able to find another one. Flash is good, and there it is. Chichu now going to fall. Spike stranded out in the open here at the base of the ramp with all of Fantasy United corralling around. Nobody just rushing forward. The dash in from Kong can't draw it down. Fischio now on for this ace. Looks like, yep, he will get it. Another ace here today. I believe, what, our 7th one?
7th one.
7th ace here on day 4. And it's Fischio. That impact starting to creep up once again.
And hey, now we know why he ditched the Phantom. Wanted to pick up the Vandal, leads to an ace for him here on the buy round. Just a good hold. I love the fact that he puts the snake bite down first as well, right? You don't want anyone trying to push you close range. Able to just rest until Kong lands from that dash as well. And I love the cheers. This is Fancy not getting thrown off by that Sky Lurk. I mean, they just read it and they say, okay, we know what that Trailblazer is for.
So again, playing forward. The bite does find some damage. Too much though. Widely just that decay. Will expire. Kong waiting. Nothing spotted here on the corner, but that showstopper is at the ready.
Now they're just waiting for that one opportunity, and there is a giant fault line just to allow the rest of his teammates to try to regain some control of ramp. So yes, I can just clears that out for the time being.
Does force them away. Had they stayed, I think it would have been a bit concerning with the showstopper online, not having the fault line trying to slow up that advance. But given that they've shifted position in the end, this does work out here for Fantasy United. Just trying to clear out that trap wire, do so. Yes, I can. Swinging out though, managing to find 2 before the paint show will take him down. Now Haldong dead as Vera swings out from Mail. It's a very strong start to this round. It's dropped down into the vent. Kawa will get spotted, taken out. But a 2v3.
Yeah,
30 seconds left.
So because nobody gets that kill, kind of causes a bit of confusion here for Chichu on where he should go. Nobody's going to make the call that he's going to continue to dig deep, but nobody has to get the kill here on Fischio if they want to convert this to a round win.
Oh! Missing each other, but I think nobody might have actually caught a glimpse here. But pretty soon, Fischio's going to hear the footsteps because they're going to come running in, but this is where the catch needs to happen. But Fischio managing to get the elimination. spike now. Needs to be stuck. The kill cannot be found, and Vera up in heaven will be able to finish him off. 2-2. Excellently piloted round here from Fancy United.
And Fancy United, they're really starting to pick up on what EDG wanted to do around this mid part of the map. Until EDG is able to force some relocates on the Cypher setups, I think Fancy is going to rest pretty comfortably around this mid area, around B Heaven, around Vents. You know, just ping-ponging back and forth, keep that trap wire in mid until they push up and clear it. Or maybe even an extra Cyber cage as well. Because the setup hasn't changed on the site on B. It's a deep trap wire, and of course a high spy cam as well.